What's going on, everyone? It's Picks by Tim here, and I want to talk about the market. We just completely flipped here. Last time I put the video out a couple hours ago, and we were all red. Overall, the overall market was just completely red, and the energy sector was quite green. But when you look now, it seems that everything is just flipped. I mean, we've got Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, all up. We've got a lot of the large caps up a little bit now. They were a bit negative. We've got Nvidia 3%, Google 2.5%. Decent run. And now the energy and minerals is a bit mixed now. So to me, it's just crazy how quickly the market can just change course out of nowhere. But I'm going to go over a couple stocks here that have just been absolutely running, and it's specifically some small caps. But really quick, I do want to mention that it seems like cryptos are starting to run as well. We've got Ethereum up a nice almost 4%, and then Bitcoin is up 2%. Working its way back up. And I did place this trend line here because we did bounce off of it, and once we broke it, we kind of started falling. Every time we come up to this 39,700 level, we just can't break it. So keep an eye on that. We did fall a little bit further, and we are now under this trend line. We will see if this becomes our resistance. But we may just remain range bound from about 37 to about 40. And this seems to be the range that Bitcoin's been trading at. So personally, I would look for it to tighten up a little bit, and then it'll either move more to the upside or more to the downside. But it is crazy to think that only a few days ago, we were up here at about $45,000, and only a few weeks ago, we were down as low as 34. But that is the volatility of Bitcoin. Personally, I just like the dollar cost average. And that's basically it for crypto, but let's get into some small caps. Now, first off, I want to mention Astra really quick, and I will leave this link for you guys so you can look into it because it does have their post-launch investigation. And it gives you what they found and their next steps. So check that link out below. And this could likely be why it's having a nice pop today. And now looking at the chart, we are up a nice almost 7% today. Although right now it does seem like it's forming a double top, but we are still hanging above that 21-day EMA, so that's great. And it is in a bit of a consolidation period ever since they had their failed rocket launch. This gap down ridiculously from the $5 to $6 level, and now we're in the threes. Now, I think that negative news of the launch is priced in, and I think now is a great time to start averaging in again. To me, it looks like we are no longer a falling knife, and I think now is a great time to continue to dollar cost average. So next up, we also have CleanSpark up a nice 11% today, just having a great run, despite Bitcoin only having a 2% run. So that's great to see that CleanSpark is just showing a lot of continued strength anytime it gets under $10. And personally, I'm absolutely okay with averaging through as long as it's under 15. I do like to average through, with a heavy emphasis on buying, in the lower points. Like when it was $5, $6, great time to buy. When it's, under $10, I think a great time to buy, and I don't expect it to be under $10 for much longer. I really don't. We are now looking bullish on the MACD. The RSI is, however, pretty neutral, and looking at the candles, we are above the 21, 8, and 13-day EMA. And next up, before I go, I want to talk about Chargepoint really quick. This one has been absolutely running. I'm continuing to hold. This one has ran quite a bit from its $11.50 low point, and we are now sitting at $16.50. It found resistance here at 17. And it is just continuing to stair step up. They just released their earnings. I think it was fantastic, and I will leave you guys a link at the end screen so you can listen to their earnings call. I recommend you do so. Now, I am personally just holding. I'm not going to sell into this. I think it can definitely push higher, but just keep in mind that if we do pull back a bit and start popping again, this will complete a head and shoulders, and we may come down to this roughly $15 level, a tad under 15. So look out for that pattern to continue. But I do think this can pull back a little bit before pushing further. I do expect this to push further though. Alright guys, now I'm going to look into Workhorse, and then I'm going to give you one that I haven't talked about in a while, but it is starting to look like a buy to me. But first off, Workhorse having a nice 5% run today. We did just have our earnings, so if you're interested in that at all, make sure you check out the link below. I will leave that as well as that Chargepoint earnings report so you can get more familiar with it. But we did just close today, and we did close under the 3 EMAs, the 21, 13, and 8. Now the RSI is getting close to overbought, so we may trade a little bit sideways for a little while, let that RSI kind of get to a more neutral level before pushing higher. But I do think now is a great time to average in. I am keeping this to a small percentage of my portfolio, and I am fully built out, so I will not be adding. But I will continue to hold. Now next up, as for a stock I haven't talked about, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Now this one, I got into it a while ago. I got into this one in like the 80s. Have since sold it in like the 110, 115 level. Got out. I got out a little too early, admittedly. I believe I got out on this second little run up here because I saw that we couldn't break that previous high. So I believe I sold. I did mention this one a while ago saying I wanted to see it go under 100. We hit 102 and just blasted off after that, so I missed out. You will see that 100 is a very strong support level that we have bounced off twice, so I will like to pick up some AMD. I might even put some buy orders at about 102 to 101, just a few in there, just so it doesn't run off without me again. But it is encouraging seeing it bounce off this $100 area twice now. Anything, in my opinion, under 110 I think would be a solid place to average in on AMD. And I will be seriously considering adding a position and getting back into it now. Okay everybody, hope you enjoyed this short quick video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.